Hello everyone, Andrew02 here, back to another Total War League Siege Season 4 playoff matchup between Parthia's finest on attack with jbarbs as Athens and Donald, not Kirky, Donald as Basilia. And then on defense we have Team Decibal with Decibal himself. He's our Verney. You can't see anything of his yet. It's an attacker's perspective battle. And then his teammate CI94 is Carthage, and you can see his Scorpion, which is a pretty common map to bring a Scorpion. And also, you probably noticed this is the same map as the last battle. In case you don't know, in the playoffs, this is the quarterfinals round, but in the playoffs, we're having the same map used for each round. So you'll see 4 matches, 2 more after this on Athens. And then the next 2 were on Bertigala, and the last one was on Alexandria Archosia. So this is longer battle, so I'll get it rolling as I try to think of what. Oh yeah, this is the first battle of this quarterfinals matchup between Parthia's finest and Decibal. First battle. I don't know if I said battle or matchup. I get them confused. In my mind, matchup means like both battles combined, and battle is just a single battle. So this is. It's been dubbed the hyena strat, where I think if I recall correctly, I think it was Hyena who I first saw do this, although I'm sure someone's done it before him, where they're using the artillery. Also, no wall artillery, it's a medium settlement, so they're free, the attackers are free, where it's Donald in this case, to put his ballista up front. And they're just going to go destroy these towers, which is actually a very smart thing to do, because um, it's kind of hard to capture them if the defenders hold here. They'll rack up a lot of damage on you. But I got a bit sidetracked with that, but it's an interesting thing. I wanted to point it out. But yeah, this is the first battle of the matchup. So at the end, so you obviously see the result of this one, and at the end I'll tell you how the other one went. So you'll know who moves on. And I believe this team's on the opposite side of the bracket as the last video I covered, where Guerrilla Warfare moved on. So this is the opposite side of the bracket, so they're not going to play Guerrilla Warfare in the semifinals. They play whoever wins the other matchup on their side of the bracket. I'm actually going to fast forward a little bit. He does have a J-Bars to the Thorax Swordman getting on a tower. He might be just moving it to get a shot, because the defenders do not have wall artillery, but the towers still have a Scorpion at the top. So yeah, do a little double fast forward here while the towers get destroyed. I don't remember if I think he destroys them both, if I recall correctly. I think like all of these playoff matchups, barring maybe a couple, yeah, he will. He probably took a bit to confer to make sure that's what they were doing. Oof, missed that one. I've watched most, if not all. Actually, I know I missed one, I think, playoff matchup. Or battle. Throughout the whole playoffs. Because it was some Europeans playing super early for me. Which I say super early, it was like 8 a.m. But on the... Whenever I don't have to go to school in the morning early. That is... 8 a.m.'s early for me. Oh man. Yeah, you can get like nice little bank shots here that hit twice. Like it'll bounce off this wall, bounce off of that, and back on. I saw that happen there. After that, after the tower's taken out, they will... That's interesting. Not sure what that's about, honestly. I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of thought process. Oh, he's blocking the arrow tower. I see. These little guys that shoot arrows out these holes. I was actually wondering, I never actually looked to see if there's actual dudes in there. I don't think they are. No, it's just black in there. But you can imagine there's dudes in there. Would have been a nice little touch to actually add dudes, but... This is Rome 2 we're talking about. Maybe Rome 3 feature, question mark. Please give Rome 3. I'd even just take Rome 2 remastered with lots of bugs and stuff fixed, and maybe add a few extra, unlock a few extra factions to spice things up. I don't that would require minimal effort on CA's part. I'm not. I know there's a battle going on. There's not much happening right now though. They are focusing all their tortoises over here. They do have another. They do some over here though. It's nice to have some over here to break in behind if you need to, or even if you just want to. I guess I'll look at the army cons more actually. You've seen them, but I have not. I'll slow it down now. Yep, I do remember this now. Lots of thorax hoplites, which normally I would say they're inferior to thorax swords, but on this map, um, they're decent idea because, as I said in the last video, which you should watch if you haven't already, this is the most popular place to attack. It's probably the best place to attack this map, which is why you'll see I think everybody attacks here. That's if I do cover any more attacks on this map. I don't know what other match what I'll cover in the next two matchups, but really for the majority of the game, the fighting is going on right here in this very small choke point, and hoplites do very well in there. So I think that's probably why jbarbs opted to bring a lot of hoplites as Athens. And I did not think Donald would go for Massilian hoplites. He'll go with the thorax and lots of Massilian Thureos, who he'll probably be lining up over here trying to get good shots. Now you can reveal. I wish it would show like the name of the player as it does like in game. Oh, Gallic Hunters got a decent shot off. They didn't kill any yet, but Cretans have some armor, so that's probably why. Did use up his quick reload though, so they'll be tired. The archers will be tired, and they shoot slower and they're tired. Yeah, I wish it would show like the name next to the like unit, like it does when you're in a battle during a replay. Just be cool to see, and it make me. Sometimes I like can't help my like anxiety, I guess you could call it, where I feel like I've confused who's who. I'm pretty certain though jbarbs is Athens, Donald is Basilia. He's gonna, in case you're wondering, he's sending in this Levy Freeman first to soak up because he knows he's gonna get jabbed to heck. Fortunately for the attack here, this like side angle is a shielded side, so it's not gonna do as much damage. It'd do a ton more if it was sword side. So if it was like if they were coming in from this direction, that makes a big difference. Shield versus sword side. Although whenever you have a nice side shot like this, it'll still do decent damage. Even shielded side. The real question about Arverni is how many Oathsworn did he bring? Usually you don't see more than 2. Because the Chosens are so good, you want to bring a lot of those. If you bring more than 2 Oathsworn, it cuts down on the amount of those you can bring. Defenders return to Levy Freeman favor. But yeah, Donald sent those Levy Freeman in to eat up a ton of Pila. That worked quite well. He has some Chevron actually. Probably had some extra money left over. I know he chevroned up a lot of his thorax swordsmen. And also, I want to say now, if you like see units like when I display the army comps and they have chevrons added to them, those are usually guesses on my part, because whenever like I build the armies to get the screenshots to put them in the video, I like see they'll have a little bit of money left over, so I'll just kind of guess what they chevroned up. So it may not be exactly accurate, but I think usually it is. I do gotta say, these battles, especially when they go like Defender's Victory, they are not the most entertaining on this map, on Athens, just because it's just a massive melee here. It's tactically a very nice map though. Like I think you gotta do a lot of stuff right to win an attack here. And defense, really, if you lose here, it's tough. Although you can defend these two as long as you can prevent them from coming in this third flank. If they can come in here, here, and here, it's a bit tough to defend. But if you do end up losing here, it's pretty decent. This is a bit of a wide choke point though. You can also hold like here and here, and you can put archers here to get like nice sword side shots. Sword side shots. I've been over this before, how that's very hard to say, for me at least. Athens has this thorax hoplite. Actually got a bit obliterated. I'm assuming by Pila. I don't think they would have died that fast to Libyan infantry. The Rayos, nice, 74 kills. Oh yeah, I think they were just laying into these Libyans here. It's amazing kills before even entering melee. These Libyans don't really have a great angle either, which is also a bonus for the attack. 30 minutes left in the battle. Oh, little battering ram action. You love to see it.
Understood.
Tortoise trying to do something. Maybe he's just moving it. I don't remember where it was originally. I can't remember. Maybe he's moving it out of the way. This is a good archer opportunity, though. Shoot the back of these thorax. These Gallic hunters. And even these Cretans. Battering ram going in. Got thorax here doing pretty well. Only lost 29 men, got 64 kills, although it is on a decent amount of those are on Levy Freeman. This Levy Freeman's still alive from the beginning here, just battle buddying it up with this thorax. In case you don't know, battle buddying is just kind of whenever you, from my understanding at least, I don't know exactly if this is true. My understanding of it is that it's whenever you like just kind of have two units. You have like a better unit in melee, and then you have like a weaker one just thrown in there and mixed with it. And it's just to soak up some like projectiles, and it might even help melee a bit too. Oh, there's artillery. Donald does probably have not a whole lot, but he'll have a few volleys left to keep the defenders honest here. Oh man, yeah. I don't know how much of this was archer kills or if it was all artillery, but he's done some work onto that Cretan at least. Done 24 dudes. He's gone in the square here with this Thoreos. I was gonna say to maybe give this thorax a good javelin angle, but they appear to be out. But this Thoreos is not completely fresh, getting nice sword side shots. I cannot say that word. It like I slur I slur them. It is what it is. Not a big deal. You know what I'm trying to say. But this is brutal. You can't let this happen on defense. I don't know if he's just not seeing it or he's really just trying to finish off this Thoreos. This is a very good play. You can do this quite often, especially like if you have kind of a depleted Thoreos. Just pop it in square in like an alleyway, and you can get good javelin shots. Imagine if this thorax also had javelins. This shows them would be dead probably by now. That's one thing maybe the attackers could have done better with that. They already did amazing. Like that Thoreos got insane kills on a very good unit. Oop, I did see. I think that's what Basilia did. Came around and brought out, took out this wall to make the defenders have to defend it. Arverni has moved. He must have been losing archer battle, I would assume. Not many archer kills for the attackers though. Maybe he's just, I mean he is outmatched. Oh, these Gallic hunters, I didn't even see them. They've got some kills, so Arverni's just gonna fall back as archers. Probably not the worst idea, because he's not gonna be able to win that archer battle unless he gets good support from his teammate. But he had to fall back as archers for the artillery. I think the artillery's out of ammo now. Yeah, he's dismounted it. I haven't really looked at defenders comps yet. Mercenary Scutari, interesting. I don't usually see that too often on Carthage. I often forget they even have Mercenary Scutari. The 3 Sam Knights, General's Bodyguard. I wonder if they have a Noble Fighter. Lots of Libyan infantry. Libyan infantry is about like a thorax. I'm not quite sure who actually wins in a 1v1. Maybe Joe on it has covered that. I'm assuming he has. That seemed like a pretty obvious one to cover. Libyans versus thorax. I'm gonna hope that this doesn't happen for the defender's sake, that he jabs himself in the back here. Again, I think that maybe not again, but yeah, not the best. He at least with throwing over, not just into the back, but it's not going to do a lot of damage. I would go into shield wall with this Libyan and then put this Libyan like here to get those side javelin shots. Again, there's shield side, but there's not much you can do. He will actually put it into shield wall. But I think that was more defensive to protect against, because it does help against, at least it boosts his shield strength, so I think that helps against incoming javelins. See, here's where I would have put this Libyan. I would have shield walled and put the Libyan here, but they will at least put a chosen there. And it has a decent shot, and jbarbs sees it, pulls back to make sure the fight happens here, where they can't be javelined to the side. Very smart. That's why just the little things like that, the awareness is what really sets players apart. I don't think it's any controversy to say that jbarbs is arguably the best player in a tournament, or league. We do consider it a league because it has a group stage and then a tournament afterwards, based off of the best teams in the group stage. Not terrible for this Libyan infantry, 104. And they soaked up another. Actually, wow, I'm surprised. They were wavering and then they took a nasty javelin volley, but then they come back after taking that. I don't really understand the logic for those dudes. I feel like if you're already wavering and you eat all those javelins, you're going to want to run away even more, not less. The warrior spirit, I suppose. Sicilian cav gen. I think the only cav for the attackers, which is fine. Something to screen off potential defending cav, although I haven't seen any cav for the defenders. Because it's kind of hard to use cav on attack on a lot of the settlements, especially this one. Especially if you attack here on this map. You can try to get around here, like I was talking about in that last video I covered, where I think that the cav could have actually turned a tide potentially. These Thoreos are very... Oh, no. I thought they were celebrating. I think they're just actually shielding themselves from projectiles. So I think overall this has gone well. A good start for the attackers. I say start. We're halfway into the battle. But I think this has gone well. There's been some good things for the defenders. But I think most of the good has come in the attackers. And oh man, if he's still at artillery, this is a juicy shot. But I know they're probably only giving up. They're only doing this because they know they don't have artillery ammo, so they won't get punished for it. Mercenary Iberians, very, very cool unit. Cause you can they're melee infantry, they're a decent low tier, bit low armor though. That's the main drawback. But you can actually like aim like a Thoreos with their javelins. And again, unfortunately, shield side shots, but a little bit easier to say shield side for some reason. Sicilian, I think, probably running in here to give an ability. One thing, doesn't mean it hasn't happened, I could have missed it, but I haven't seen a lot of Jin abilities used. Oh, speaking of the devil, I think that must have been the Oathsworn Jin that popped it off for his ally. The Libyan. That's a good place to do it. They're engaging 2 units at once, so give them a bit of a buff to deal with it. But I think the main thing is kind of flown under the radar, for me at least so far, is the attackers have appeared to really have won this archer fight. I mean, they haven't won it yet. Good archer dodge there. I think clipped a few of them, but dodged a lot of the ammo. They haven't really won it yet, because the defenders still have their archers, but they've at least forced back those Gallics. Which I understand why Arverni pulled them back, but I think now the defenders still can have a chance to win this, though. The battle and archer fight, because they have their Cretans and their Gallic hunters, just like the attackers do. They actually should have even one extra Gallic hunter, assuming he brought it. I think both of those units cut a few arrows. Already tired of that Iberian. I don't know where he's run from. Let's see, I'm just trying to see what the ammo situation's like. Yeah, looks like at least Athens has most of his ammo still, and Massilia for archer ammo. Whereas I have seen these Cretans shooting quite a lot. Not a lot of kills to show for it. That one is 0 kills, so it's probably still doesn't get ammo. I'd say all archers probably have a decent amount of ammo still left, so the archer fight's very much up in the air. But I think so far it's gone in favor of the attack. Pretty even archer matchup, because defenders have the 3 Cretans and the 4 Gallics, and attackers have the 3 Cretans and a regular archer and 3 Gallics. I wonder if Donald brought a 4th archer or missile unit. I don't think he did. I would have seen him by now, I'm sure. How many kills did that ballista end up getting? 43? Okay. I don't think he had much ammo after destroying these towers, so that was the main purpose of it. Not the craziest kills, but... There we go, getting to these Celtics so they can't throw anymore. These Iberians kind of go in long range from downtown. Did these guys come in the gate? I think they did. I don't know how else they would have gotten around. They were able to neutralize the gate, so maybe... I mean, it definitely helped them early when they first entered, not having these towers shooting, but it seemed like they were able to neutralize this gate quite quickly. So maybe they didn't even need to destroy these towers. Just a thought. I'd never seen before this battle the idea of destroying these towers, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Looks like, I don't know, I think that shot connected, at least a little bit. Attackers focusing their archers over here to get some back shots. Unfortunately, they're kind of shield side. But especially these like Libyans up front, they can get some good back shots on from over here. Props to Carthage here. He is not just giving up this archer fight, and it can be very frustrating. He actually get a good hit there. Finally caught jbarbs. He might have done it before a little bit, but that's the first time I've seen he's really caught jbarbs out on a direct hit before he could dodge. I know it can be frustrating trying to archer fight people who are archer dodging. Nothing against archer dodging. It's he's got this Iberian loose formation so in case the archers focus it, because it has such low armor, you can just front dump this and kill it in like 3 volleys, maybe even less. Tereos, 133 kills, almost a chevron routing. Well done there. I'd say it got its value. Same situation here with this thorax, and it's got some more left in the tank, I'm sure. Not really devastating losses in an archer fight so far. Actually, I say that and I see this Gallic down to 56 men. It's only 16 kills, so attackers got him there. Might have been that volley that I just saw get let off. Decibal here as Arverni's got his O-Sworn in the fight. Trying to get rid of this thorax, but unfortunately he's got his side turn, which is fortunate because it's oh no, oh it's archers. Okay, I thought these oh these are thorax hoplites, not Thoreo spears. I thought these guys might be throwing them all the way. But it's fortunate that he's facing this direction when it comes to these archers shooting at him, because it makes it front on. But the downside is he is giving up his sword side, and this Massilian Thoreos is making him pay for it. Quickly down 51 men, and he's tired now after, yeah, he's got to get him out of there. And unfortunately, as that happens, he's going to get shot in the back. But I think he needs to just accept you can't lose your Jin. As Arverni, their morale, it's not terrible, but it's not great.
Yes, Commander.
Like, actually, it's the same as Thorax on the Chosens, but you never want to lose your Jin unless you have all disciplined units. even then you don't want to lose them, but you can still use your Jin abilities. Arv already tried to get his archers back in, and Donald immediately and jbarbs immediately scared him off. Archer fight really kicking off. Looks like attacker successfully dodged that volley. Man, this Creed still got 0 kills. I think I've seen it shooting too. I think it's been dodged every single time. Oop, Iberian very briefly wavered. It's got a shield wall to help soak in projectiles, as I've seen them do before this battle. Refresh on this thorax. Interesting refreshing a 47-man thorax, but they must believe in it, unless it was an accident. And battle rhythming a 53-man thorax. I feel like you'd have been better off there maybe waiting until these guys did just end up dying and then putting in new fresh units, and then maybe that I can understand the refresh, but maybe save the battle rhythm, because I know that one takes longer to be able to use again. Oof. Actually didn't do too much damage there. I thought that was going to do devastating damage with the back shot onto these Iberians, but I think they ran away just in the nick of time. Where are these guys throwing? Getting rid of this. Yep, Chosen showing his sword side. I can't even say the word sword now. I can't speak English very well, apparently. I'm just my mind's completely engulfed in the battle that I'm forgetting how to do basic functions. Kind of surprised there's only about 14 minutes left in this battle. I mean, I guess the defenders are kind of starting to run thin. Like, I mean, we might not be able to see everything because of the attacking perspective. Oh, yeah. Oh! That's a bit of an L for the defenders. Scorpion, I mean, it could really turn the tide right now, though. Back in it, because I think it's definitely bounce. Yeah, it's. I didn't check the bounce at the beginning of the battle, but at least now it's a slightly, maybe like 55-45 in favor of the attack. So they need something here on the defense. The Scorpion could do it, although I feel like this should have been being used earlier, but maybe he was saving it for more elite units. But honestly, the attack, that's one thing. In last battle I was saying that like you really want some elite units on this map to help push through here, especially in attack. But here we see more just not really any, I don't think any elite units. Facility doesn't have any. Athens, they have picked hoplites, but they didn't bring them. So I think we see the attackers, I mean, they haven't, you can kind of see though, even though they're a very skilled team, they have kind of struggled to break through here. It's a very tough place to push through. Even getting through the gate. I think now, there's a couple of Sand Knights and a couple of Chosens. I think, for the attacker's sake, I think they're hoping that they can whittle them down here so they can jump it, so they can force them to move troops over from here. Then they can hit them here as well. And potentially, if they thin them out here enough and use up all the archer ammo, they could also push down here. Oh no. Is the Jin dead? Jin dead for Arverni, that's huge. Just murdered by Massilian Thureos, I assume. Possibly these Thorax too. Oh yeah, definitely these Thorax, I would say. I don't know what they were shooting exactly, but they had almost 60 kills. Or maybe even over, I don't remember exactly what it was. Before even entering melee. All from javelins. Love to see it. One of the most satisfying things in game is just filling up a unit full of javelins, especially an expensive one. Looks like this might be that third Gallic Hunter. Yep, it is. I mean fourth, not third. Because I saw 3 over here, but I never saw the 4th one. Not sure where it was. He's probably saving it. And that Cretan's got up to 107. I would say so far at least, solid job on the archer fight by the defenders. They're facing some very good archer players. opting to actually shoot the infantry, which is a sign to me that they're running low on infantry of their own, so they feel the need to shoot the enemy infantry with their arrows. And oh, they're shooting the Iberians, not the archers. The attackers are. Get them out of there. Oh no. Samnites is getting shield side dumped. Oh, that man turned into a porcupine. This is actually a great screenshot. Great thumbnail, I meant. I'm gonna take a sip of water, you don't mind me. Throat's getting a little dry. Hopefully my slurps weren't too loud. Probably were, though. Just insane amount of missiles coming in right now. Really starting to dump that ammo with Carthage. Trying to just thin out, but they're really not the best quality shots. Just kind of dumping. I think they're starting to realize that they are running thin on infantry. Bringing up the Scutari and Gallic. But these Sandknights are going to have to put in work. This one's actually, despite being just devastated with the Javelins, has managed to get 128 kills. And the Chevron's worth. So not too bad, all things considered. I would charge in this one, though, to help support it. That's a pretty good fighting angle. Not really any room to get Javelins in if they charge in like that. I also wish I could freaking mark on the map while spectating. Another thing for Rome 3, optimize spectator view. Especially in replay. I mean, I can see the value in like only being able to see what the attackers can see. But I kind of wish that you had the option at least in a replay to toggle being able to see everything. So that'd be nice for my sake, people who make battle replay videos, if they were able to always see every unit, so they could see the sneaky stuff going on. How many of those Samnites get? Didn't get a whole lot more after I stopped them, but you want to see more out of Samnites for sure, but oh no, they won't even get a counter charge off here. But considering how wrecked that Samnite got, I think 139 in the Chevron is not too shabby. I don't know where that archer volley was going. Jeez. Yeah, unfortunately for the defense, that's one downside on defending this map, and a reason why is this popular spot to attack. It's kind of hard to get good angles. Like the best one for javelins and arrows, at least on the infantry. And yep, they did what I think they were, what I said earlier. I'd assume they were trying to make them thin out their units on this front, so they had to pull them from here, and when they did that, that gave them a chance to break through, and oh man, it's looking good for the attackers right now. Over here, maybe not so much. It's a pretty even fight, actually. Again, it's shield side shots again. Just straight shield side, very little sword side for the defenders, and tons of sword side for the attack. Just some Gallics and Iberians holding the line against Thorax Hoplites and Swordsmen, 3 full units of them. Another one coming through the gate. Another one in behind is Samnites. Oh no, they're kind of like in front. This is Samnite right here. I was gonna say that might finally be a sword side. I thought this Samnite was a Thorax Hoplite. I guess in a Hoplite's case it'd be spear side, but you get the point. Athens will bring over a Thorax Hoplite to potentially swap out with this Thorax. It is getting wrecked. Ooh, there's a second nose sworn I was wondering about earlier, if he brought it or not. This could be big for the defenders. This needs to do well. This needs to get like 300, 400 kills right now. I'm afraid though that the attackers still have a decent amount of, well, maybe not the Cretans so much. 217, oof, for the defenders. That's a lot of damage. Although, I didn't really, like, focus on it, but I did say there were a lot of arrows coming down from all sides, so I'm not surprised to see that much damage. They finally found some good angles. I think a lot of that was on infantry, too, which the defenders can't afford to be. I think they've been outmatched on the melee infantry for a while, and when you get that many kills on your melee infantry from any archers, it's going to be very tough to win. That's why this Oathsworn needs to do really well. For the Oathsworn needs to do really well, and oof. Oh, that's a Javelin man, actually. Are these guys out of amp? No, they're not. But I think Carthage, at least, is about out of ammo. These Gallics, yeah, they still have a lot of ammo, because they just haven't been able to do much. Oof, 42 man with 5 kills. Fine, there's a volley off, but these Gallics are just completely trying to whittle down this Oathsworn, and I understand that's a good idea. This is really the last hope for the defenders. Libyan Javelin men are, what are they shooting at? I can't really tell. Maybe this Thorax Hoplite. It's racking up kills, actually. Dang, 58, 59. And a Siberian. Oh, but they're shooting a routing unit, unfortunately. Can't be doing that, especially whenever you're in this desperate of. Oh, they're still shooting this out of ammo unit that's already run through the gate. Yeah, I'm afraid. Well, how's the Scorpion done? Ooh, man, I'd hope for more than 57. Still got ammo. I think the Scorpion had been laying in, although kind of tough angle. They had him like up here, but it's not a great shot. I probably would have had him chilling here like the entire time, and kind of like letting the attackers get in here a little bit from earlier on, just to give good Scorpion shots. Oh my god, I mean this is pretty typical for Athens, but that is a ridiculous amount of bodies. I mean, it is littered. That's about the most dead bodies I've seen like in an area ever. This is ridiculous. Just painted from all sides, from both sides of the battle. Death doesn't discriminate. Yep. General's bodyguard. Oh, probably just running away. Massilian Cav. Yep, good call here. Freaking not trying to. I guess I am kind of throwing shade though. With the one Cav the attackers had, they've made a better Cav play than Moby Dick's team did in the last battle with 4 units of Cav. Getting into these archers and behind these Gallics. Carthage was able to get a good defensive charge in there, but it's honestly that's also a win for the attackers because they're tying up that Carthage Jin where he really needed to be over here, giving off abilities and slamming into stuff. But yep, Thorax Hoplite, they got nothing for it. Scorpion still have ammo. Yeah, I just dumped this Jin. Oh yeah, especially in the back. Jbarbs with Athens here. Oh, mass rout, and they'll definitely break after this charge. Yep, right on cue. As soon as that charge hit, these 4 units were like, nah, I'm out. And the rest of the army with it. I feel like the Scorpion should have been utilized more early and often. But really, a decent effort by the defenders there. Just couldn't get a lot of good couldn't get a lot of good angles with javelins, and the attackers definitely did. I think that was the difference in the battle. Also, all of Arverni's Gallic hunters. Maybe I'm underestimating him, but I don't think they did too well. They tried to engage early and got kind of wrecked, and they just kind of sat back here doing nothing the whole game. Tried to get in at the end and then got wrecked again.
Advance!
I don't even know what's still alive right now, honestly. Oh, is it just a scorpion? Not for long. Wrapping up that Scutari. That'll end it. But pretty overwhelming attacking victory, actually. They have a lot left. We'll look quickly here at the post-battle results. jbarbs, yep, figured he probably had the most kills. Lots of thorax hoplites. Not crazy kills on those, but you don't really expect that. I think they soaked up a lot of javelins, or at least it held other units in place as they got shot. So I think they were used quite well. You don't see thorax hoplites too often though, but this is a good map for him. Archer played devastating though. Started off a bit slow, but once he got the angles, he obliterated. And didn't. Oh man, thorax swords, like all of them doing well. In the Threos, basically almost every unit. This one thorax hoplite got kind of wrecked, but I'd say every other unit was used well. And that's reflected in 2,700 kills. Very well done by jbarbs. Clinic out there. Donald, Brazilian Cav did well at the end, got him around, made a great, pretty good Cav play, considering they only had one Cav. Ballista destroyed those towers, so not gonna have a ton of kills. But he did have some good shots there. I caught Gallic Hunters. These two did quite well. This one got kind of wrecked, but that's not too bad overall. Um, Brazilian Thureos. This one did well, 68 kills, and that's probably all with javelins. He didn't even get in the melee really. At least none of them died. Really good job with that thorax. But let's see, he has like one. I'm not gonna count the archers. I think they were all out of ammo. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, like full units left. So I think that's a big reason. Yeah, he still had a positive kill death ratio. So he looks like he didn't do too well with his kills, but he had a lot left. Just jbarbs just didn't really need much help. Um, on the defender's Decibel, actually, I'm surprised. I guess not really. He did get kind of wrecked with the kills being so few. Osworn Jin got focused big time, and then second one did a bit better, but he started off strong, but then he got focused big time. Archers, I kind of said at the end of the battle how he just kind of held them back, which is a bit understandable because they were outmatched at the beginning of the battle, but I think he could have tried to reposition them somewhere and get them involved more, but did not. That hurts bad for the defenders. They needed to do better in the archer fight. They started off decently, but as you can see here, it did not end up decently. Celtics did pretty well, but Chosen's got peeled the crap up, and we're facing pretty similar quality units the whole time, so they're not going to get crazy kills. So yeah, honestly, I feel like he didn't do like that. Looks like really bad. 1,100 kills. I don't think he did that bad. I think the archer's play, if it would have been a bit better, it would more reflect his play. But it was a tough position for Decibel to be in. I don't think he did as bad as that shows, though. I think they put up a decent fight there on the defense. CI 94. Scorpion did end up getting nice kills. Anytime you get about 200 is good, but I think it was kind of garbage time kills. If you kind of garbage time kills, I think he could have used it more early and often to actually help turn the tide of the battle. Javelin actually did quite nice. They had some good kills. Archers, not terrible. Um, Definitely not as good as the attackers, but I think Carthage he did CI 94. He did quite well considering how good of archer players he was fighting against. I really felt like he had more Libyans than that. I thought he brought like five or so, but I guess only two. I felt like I was seeing these guys the whole battle. They did all right. Oof, Galax got wrecked though. Iberians also got wrecked. They probably got most of their kills from javelins. Yeah, Sand Knife's just not enough damage. Two of these two, this one's okay-ish kills, around 200-ish, but you want more out of your Sam Knights and Scutari. He actually had two Scutari, I only saw one. Not doing too hot. But yeah, A good battle though, actually pretty entertaining. And oh yeah, so you obviously saw that Parthia's Finest won this attack, and they also won their defense big time. It was actually a very interesting battle because the Team Decibel was attacking, and they wound up attacking because they brought Rome because they felt like they needed to use Rome. They needed to win that battle, but they also needed enough points to surpass this attack. So they ended up bringing Roxolani also. Cab faction on attack, and yeah, it did not go very well. I think the Cab faction only got like 400 kills. So Parthia's Finest moves on to face a winner you'll see later. Not guerrilla warfare yet, but you'll see that. You'll see who will face later on. And until then, I will see you then.